1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, my name's Danny and I play drums in the band For the Foxes. Too old? But young enough to party.
Where are you from?
I'm actually, currently I stay in Eatontown, but I'm from Waretown, which is like this really little town right outside of, do you know where Long Beach Island is? It's like, but it's right outside of Long Beach Island. I mean, you gotta pass through Manhawk and all that other crap, but it's like 10 minutes away.
Where did your band name come from?
They actually, I'm not an original member, I guess you could say. Like, I'm not like a founding member, but I've been in the band since we started touring. But Nick and there were two other guys, Tim and Mike, who started the band, and they named the band after a poem by a guy called Charles Bukowski. And you can look it up. It's Charles Bukowski, and the poem's just called For the Foxes. And if you actually Google For the Foxes, like, all our band crap shows up. If you scroll down, like, I think one of the last links that shows up is like the poem. So you can find it. It's out there.
What's your favorite song to perform live?
It's tough because we got that new one, Ghost Town. But if I had to pick one, I really like playing Hold Your Breath. I feel like it's more up my alley than some of the other ones, but they're all good. It's tough to pick.
I forgot what the question was. What instrument do you play in the band?
I play drums. My family's like a super musical family. Pretty much every male on my dad's side of the family plays guitar. I'm the only drummer, but I play a lot of different stuff, but drums is my primary. I mean, I met Nick through band class in school, and I didn't play drum set in school. Like, I was a percussionist, so I played like marimba, concert snare, concert bass, and like other auxiliary percussion, xylophone, stuff like that. And even way before then, I used to sing in like, a lot of school plays and stuff. So I was a singer before I was a drummer. I played everything a little bit: piano, guitar, bass, but drums is my main thing.
Who was the most unexpected person or group that you have played a show with?
Unexpected person? I don't know. There's been quite a few like surreal shows to me, like on the bill. We played Bamboozle. I mean, we played not this year, that just passed, the year before, as the backing band for Carousel and Mando. And Minus the Bear was on the bill, and I got to watch them from like backstage, inside stage, and that was awesome because they're one of my favorite bands. But probably the year before, because No Doubt was on the bill. That was pretty insane. Like, I saved the postcard and everything because we're on it, and No Doubt's on it. So.
Who would be on your dream tour?
My dream tour probably differs a little bit from everybody else in the band. But I'm really into, like, you ever listen to Radiohead? I really like Radiohead. There's this punk rock band. I don't think they're doing anything right now, but Wilhelm Scream, Glassjaw. Those are like my bands from like high school and stuff like that. But I was really into punk rock and hardcore. Like right now, I think it'd be really ideal and cool to either go on tour with like the Somerset or go on tour with the Maine. Because I really like both bands' music, and I haven't met the Maine. They seem like they could be cool dudes because the direction of the 90s rock thing is really cool. And the Somerset, we met Jess when we were in Arizona, and she seemed really cool. And Nick knows some of the other guys in the band, so we actually have sort of ties with them. So that would kind of be cool.
If you could collab with anyone, who would it be and why?
Personally or the band? Okay, personally, I would like to, not necessarily like a collaboration, like to write a song, but I would like to just spend time and learn from Mike Mangini. And I know that name probably means nothing to either of you, but he's like the fastest drummer in the world with both hands and feet. It's pretty nuts. But music-wise, I think it would be really cool to probably get Jono from the Maine to do a guest vocal on one of our songs. That would be really cool. There's plenty of good musicians though that if they wanted to collaborate, I'd be more than willing, and I'm sure all the other guys would be more than willing too. already that. That's just because I yell at everybody and get mad really fast. But if our band was a baby, I'd say that I know that when Nick and the other two guys like started the band, they did the first EP. I don't know, you ever heard Six Ways to Love? When they recorded that, I know Nick was like really heavily influenced by the format, and a lot of that influence like carried through, like the format and fun. So I'd say that the format is one of the parents probably, or fun, whichever one. And then the other parent would probably be the entire genre of like 90s radio music. So kind of a weird mix, I guess. Yeah.
It's okay. These are random questions.
Pick one. What size shoes do you wear? I wear anywhere between, depending on the shoe, a 9.5 and an 11. Anywhere between there, but it just depends on the shoe. You guys, other bands had question too?
Yeah.
What are you gauging there?
It's a random question. Like they have nothing to do with music. They're just random.
Am I doing more?
Yeah. You can do as many as you want.
Alright, well, you can stop me whenever you want to stop me. What's your favorite number? And I'm super cliche with this. It's 7. 7 was the lucky number. Oh yeah, I was born on the 9th. I don't know what that means, but... How big is your stride when you walk? This is actually a good question.
You can demonstrate if you want.
Well, I'm not going to demonstrate.
Oh
Because
no.
I guess. It depends though, because it's like, what if I'm like on a mission? What if I'm like going somewhere?
It's
you
like
know?
casually walking.
Casually walking? I don't know, because like, I used to get this in high school. Everybody thought I was mad all the time because of how fast I walked, and like, I guess I had a pissed off look on my face. I don't know, but apparently I walk super fast. I think it's just because I have really long legs.
I walk faster than that.
Well, I don't know. That's about right, but I normally don't walk with slow.
Walk like you're walking towards
Was there any gauge in there? Could you gauge like how big my stride was?
I think I was like the same fast.
Well, that's how I like to roll. I can't.
You can't do a cartwheel?
No, I can't do a cartwheel.
Aw.
I could try, but I'm not doing that on camera. Because I'm just gonna look like an idiot.
So some people can't do cartwheels either.
I don't even know how to go back to the store. Pass.
Alright, you gotta do it.
What is your favorite piece of literature? You can read? You read? Not at all?
You get read to in English class.
Okay. Well, I can't say that I read that often anymore, like books or anything. But I used to, when I was in school, I read a lot. So this is a tough one. I really like Chuck Palahniuk. You know who that is? He wrote, like, you ever see Fight Club? He wrote Fight Club, but like his books, not the movies. Fight Club was a really good book. Choke was a really good book. And this is gonna sound really creepy, but you ever seen the movie Hellraiser? By any chance? Pinhead? The guy who wrote that, Clive Barker. This is one of my favorite books of all time. He wrote, well, The Giver. And I know you both probably read The Giver. Have you ever read The Giver? Alright, that's a good one. But Clive Barker wrote this book. It's called A Thief of Always. And it's about this kid who, like, just isn't satisfied with his family life. And one day this creature thing floats up to his window and like takes him away to this magic place where they experience all the holidays in one day. And anyway, long story short, the place where he spends his time is like this like place that like traps your soul. It's whack. It's really weird, but it's like a kid's book, but with a lot of adult undertones. So it's like I feel like you'd be able to read it to kids and have them take something from it, and you could read it yourself. You get a little something different. Sorry if that was really long, but it's okay. Boxers or tighty whities? Boxers, all the way. Boxers or free balling, commando style. Right now I happen to be wearing boxers. What is your best high school memory? I hated high school. No, it's my best high school memory. There are a few of them. It was probably when I was at our high school. There's this ramp. There's two separate buildings. There's the 910 building where freshmen and sophomores go, and depending on what your GPA is and what you're into, you move between the buildings. Then there's the junior and senior building, 12 building, and there's a ramp that connects the two. And there's this kid, Ryan Lugo. I either got kicked out or he dropped out of school, but he would randomly just show up and be walking around like Southern Campus. And the one day I was walking up the ramp, and I just heard like, it sounded like skateboard wheels, and then I just see this kid zip past me down the ramp, and there had to be like, it was a big school. I know that each class probably had like somewhere like around like 800, 900 kids. It's because it's regional, and that's why I was saying like, it's near LBI, because we grew up with all those kids, we all went to school. But this kid came zipping past and weaved perfectly between all the people on a skateboard, pretty much as fast as you could go down the ramp. And the ramp is probably like, if you took like this and the one next to it and like combined it, it's that length of like escalating and descending. And he came and zipped past me, and then it was like, he must have gone and then just picked up his board and ran out. And it was like 5 minutes later I saw like two teachers, so he must have started way back, just like come running past me like after him. That was pretty cool. So I'll make that my best high school memory, because I personally don't really have it. Is your muffin butter? What is that supposed to mean? Like, is that an actual literal question? Like, is my muffin butter?
Yeah,
sure.
That's a random question.
I like muffins and I like butter. So I would have to say that my muffin is most definitely butter. Alright. I'm Danny from For the Foxes, and this has been an interview with Live and Let Live Promotions. And they were very cool. The questions were interesting, and I hope you guys enjoyed your interview.